Father's Day to me right now is one in which I focus entirely on my wife and kids. You know, once you become a father, you know, you realize that it's just amazing. I couldn't have asked for a greater gift, and certainly one that you know, we always ask ourselves, where would we be without our kids in our lives, and it would be it'd be a lot more empty, that's for sure. So fatherhood is something I've really embraced. I was born February 28, 1961 in Huntington, West Virginia, and then a couple adopted me. I was very close to my adoptive father, who I grew up with. Nobody or nothing could ever replace him, the father that I really love, and that's my father, Clark. So I initially set out to search for my birth mother, not for my birth father. You know, I thought, well, if that came along in the mix, then you know, fine. But as I first reached out to my three older siblings that I found back in June of 2005, we came to realize that there was this possibility that not only did we share a mother, but that we shared a father too. Once I learned through a DNA test that Bob was my father too, at that point, no matter how difficult it might be and how painful it might be, I really wanted to learn everything possible that I could learn about him.
Take me out to the ball game.
My brother Chris has told me that our father Bob bought a tabletop reel-to-reel tape machine in the late 50s. First on the tapes I heard Betty singing, my mother Betty singing. And there was a man's voice accompanying that.
Thank you very much, Betty Lou, for a wonderful rendition of that beautiful old song.
And I'm thinking, wait, is this Bob?
Members of the band at the time.
Once he introduced who the members of that band were.
Hal Bainbridge guitar, Bob Workman bass.
I said, oh my gosh, this is him. This is him speaking. And it was amazing. I mean, I never in my wildest dreams thought that I would hear both of my parents' voices, you know, at the same time on these audio tapes.
Everybody enjoyed it. We got many calls of congratulations.
Hearing Bob's voice, I just sit there and visualize him, and since I've seen so many pictures of him now, and I have so many pictures that my siblings have given me, I'm able to really, you know, put his face with the voice, and that just completes the picture for me of my father.
And now, good people, I want to tell you that this program has come from the Sunshine Strip.
You know, we had this deep, it's kind of like my voice, but you know, and you could tell in these tapes that he was trying to be sort of a radio announcer.
And now, you lucky people, we have for your entertainment tonight the beautiful, talented Betty Workman as the vocalist.
It's been an evolution for me over these last 12 years since I first found my siblings of learning about Bob and about coming to grips with the person he was and trying to determine whether I am like him at all. Initially, had a very negative outlook toward him because of the things that had happened involving my family, and that, you know, and I just blamed him so much for everything that had happened to break up the family between his drinking and everything else that came along in the package of Bob. But gradually, the more I learned about him, and then when I found some people who had worked with him who painted a more positive picture of him, that made all the difference to me. I feel closer to him now far closer to him now, you know, than I did when I first found out about him. But I definitely feel, you know, like I can really say he was my father now, and I couldn't do that 12 years ago, and I accept him. So Father's Day is, you know, it's always going to be something that where I miss my father Clark, my adoptive father, but also knowing that I had this other father, and that I can keep him in my heart on Father's Day and every day too is truly a gift.
Somebody loves you. I wonder who. I wonder who it can be. It can be.